Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ben Keenan's Water Cooler, the 10-ish minute news show that tells you literally everything that happened over the past 24 hours so that you're a little bit smarter about a lot of things. It is Friday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Yes, you, because you are my Valentine, because once again, with another trip around the sun, I am single for another one of these damn holidays. By now, you know the drill. We're going to start with all the bits and bobs that happened last night after we clocked off of this podcast and then move into the news of today, right until the moment where we clock off yet again. One quick piece of housekeeping. I will not be posting one of these on Monday because it is a holiday. So please go outside and do something fun on my behalf. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the news from overnight at 9 p.m. Sabrina Carpenter released the deluxe version of her Short and Sweet album that we've been waiting for, featuring the Please, Please, Please song with Dolly Parton. I listened to it. It is very good, very twangy. Please, please, please. 9:02 p.m., Alessia Cara also released her new album called Love and Hyperbole. At 11 p.m., the Wayans family, you know who the Wayans family is said to be inducted into the NAACP Awards Hall of Fame. And that's all that happened overnight. Moving into the news of today at 12:21 a.m., a Russian drone hit the protective confinement shell of the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant, but radiation levels have said not to increase, according to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. The strike started a fire, though, which he said has been put out. At 2:26 a.m., so like 2 hours later, a Kremlin spokesperson has denied Ukrainian claims that Russia struck the outer protective shell of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant with a drone. Who out of these two are we to believe? At 6:44 a.m., Pope Francis, who, by the way, is 87 years old, was hospitalized for bronchitis and diagnostic testing. At 6:45 a.m., on the heels of that, it's important to know that Louisiana Department of Health announced that they will no longer promote mass vaccinations, claiming instead that each person should discuss the risks and benefits of vaccinations with their provider. The directive came just about the same time that anti-vax conspiracy theorist RFK Jr. was confirmed as the Secretary of Health and Human Services. I'm sure there's no connection there. Here is an unfun fact for you. Only 11% of children and 17% of adults in Louisiana are currently vaccinated against the flu. The national average is closer to 40%. So you see why this directive to no longer advertise mass vaccinations actually is going to hurt people, especially in the South. At 7 a.m., Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco revealed that their first single from their joint album that I mentioned yesterday is titled Younger and Hotter. And if the pictures from their interview with Interview Magazine tell me anything about it, it's going to be really cringe. At 8:12 a.m., Russian state media reported that they arrested yet another American, this time a 28-year-old, over medicinal cannabis. I am genuinely, this is going to sound snarky, I'm genuinely wondering what Putin is going to ask Trump for in return for this American that they took, because we already saw what he got last time. He got a criminal out for a teacher. What is he going to ask for now? Because they're just snapping Americans up left, right, and center to get stuff from Trump. And then Trump keeps saying like, oh, we have a really good relationship. Like, bitch, you're being played. And also, PSA to everyone, especially Americans, maybe just stop going to Russia right now. You have no business being over there. At 8:18 a.m., Shaq agreed to a $15 million a year long-term deal with TNT Sports. At 8:45 a.m., we learned that hundreds of staff at the agency responsible for maintaining the U.S. nuclear stockpile were fired on Thursday in a wave of mass Trump administration terminations. 9:18 a.m. So we all know that JD Vance and members of Congress are currently in Munich as part of the Munich Security Conference, right? Well, multiple lawmakers in Munich were actually telling a reporter from the Washington Post that the U.S. congressional delegation presented the Ukrainian President Zelenskyy with a piece of paper they wanted him to sign, which would grant the U.S. rights to 50% of Ukraine's future mineral reserves. Okay, yeah. So Zelenskyy politely declined to sign that. Yeah, as you should. We're just in some really dark, uncharted waters right now, and I don't know what to do with that information. At 9:24 a.m., singer Noah Schnacky and influencer Kristen Marino got engaged at Disney World. At 9:30 a.m., the White House expanded their ban on the Associated Press from just the Oval Office to include a ban on them on Air Force One over what they called a, quote, commitment to misinformation for not calling the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America in their coverage. And here is a short letter that I have written to the White House. Dear White House press and communications departments. The Associated Press doesn't only serve the United States, which are the only people calling the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. They serve an international community. Hope that helps, Ben. At 10:08 a.m., we got confirmation that singer Rosalia would be joining the cast of Euphoria Season 3, and I was like, okay, sure, why not? But then 6 minutes later, we got confirmation that NFL player Marshawn Lynch would be joining the cast of Euphoria Season 3, and now you have my attention. At 11:30 a.m., a sample of milk from a herd of dairy cows in Maricopa County, Arizona, tested positive for bird flu, according to the Arizona Department of Agriculture. If you were looking to get off dairy or eggs, now's the time to do it. At 12 p.m., Benny Blanco got Selena Gomez a bathtub full of queso for Valentine's Day, and I'm not joking when I say I actually gagged while watching this video. 12:36 p.m., Trump signed an executive order ending federal funding for any school that requires the COVID-19 vaccine. At 2:01 p.m., 2 people were shot during the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl parade celebration. Can we not fucking go anywhere or do anything anymore? Aren't we all so tired? At 3:33 p.m., the sexual assault lawsuit against Jay-Z was dismissed. At 3:59 p.m., Luigi Mangione, the guy that was accused of shooting the United Healthcare CEO, made his first public statement on a new website launched by his legal defense team, who confirmed that the website is legit, so this isn't like a made-up statement. Quote, "I'm overwhelmed by and grateful for everyone who has written me to share their stories and express their support. Powerfully, the support has transcended political, racial, and even class divisions, as mail has flooded MDC from across the country and around the globe. While it is impossible for me to reply to most letters, please know that I read every one that I receive. Thank you again to everyone who took the time to write. I look forward to hearing more in the future." At 4 p.m., a judge in Michigan officially sentenced Walmart shoppers to wash cars in the Walmart parking lot during weekend car wash events. I love this. Give back to the public if you're doing like minor shoplifting. Don't put people in jail. And don't give them a slap on the wrist. They should be doing something. Come wash my car. At 4:17 p.m., New Jersey Health confirmed a case of measles that has been detected in the state, which may have actually led to additional exposures. So if you feel as though you have like illness, go get checked out. We don't need measles to spread even further. At 4:29 p.m., Will Ferrell's son, Magnus Ferrell, has started releasing music online, and it's actually pretty good. Take a listen.
You keep putting voices in my head. They take my breath. I swear I couldn't be more into this, but I'm not there yet. So come on over and tell me you want me. We kiss in the backseat and this in the hurry. We don't gotta make it so intense, like it's life or death.
And at 4:44 p.m., multiple people were killed in a multi-vehicle pileup in a Wyoming tunnel that ignited a fire. Much like me not fucking with open water, I also don't fuck with tunnels because this shit scares the hell out of me. And unfortunately, with that sad note, that is all the news that happened today. But we will be back on Tuesday, where more shit is always happening. Until then, if you are going to miss me over the long weekend, you can find me on social media. I'm on TikTok and YouTube at I've Been Traveling. I am on Instagram and Threads at Ben Keenan, or you can find me here on this podcast at Ben Keenan Just Can't Stop Talking on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Get out there and make it a great weekend, everyone. Bye.